Hello. Okay, guys. This is the latest antics at Knacks, where I am a vendor, where I pay rent monthly. So, I usually go in there at least once a week to make sure that my booth is clean and in order. Um, when I went in there, I think it's been a week or so ago. It was actually payday, the day we were supposed to get our checks. I was told by Roberta that all checks had been mailed out. That was in December. And I said, mailed out? I've been here for 2 years. I've never had any check mailed out to me for any reason. They mail out checks to other vendors, I guess, but I've never ever had a check mailed out to me. So when I pulled up the invoices, first off, she didn't even know what checks I was talking about. She sucks as a manager. She's never clear on any of the information. It's just horrible. So she just kind of said, well, they got mailed out. I was looking for a November check that was due to me because we get paid every 2 weeks, which was like the latter end of the month. It was like $30 before they took out their 8% commission. And then I had another check that I earned in the first 2 weeks of December, which was an $85 check. And when they took out their commissions, it came to like $70. Well, Roberta told me wait till Friday and then call back up there, because I had told her that in the area where we live, that the Postmaster General is having conflict with the complex I live in, so they're not delivering our mail. Well, I emailed Richard. I guess it was Richard's email address that I sent a request about my checks. Whoever it was, you can't see behind an email. They were very condescending and disrespectful and rude as usual. So I didn't feel like going back and forth. I just simply let them know I wanted to know where my checks were. They sent me an email back saying, did they have the correct address? I responded and said yes. Well, I went to the bank now. 2 checks I've missed. And I have a check that's sitting there. My sales then dropped again because they always got something going on in that place with me. So I went to the post office last week. There was no mail in there for me from Knacks. So this is January, 2 months. I have not gotten my money. So the other issue was, if you look at my prior videos, you'll see that I have my iPad with my little infomercials of my products. That's the way I advertise. Well, Roberta's always the one that's telling me what Cherie say. She unplugged she took the cord down, unplugged it. Well, they're saying that it wasn't the proper cord, but it's been there a year, and I didn't know that, I don't have a problem if it was the wrong cord, but I pay you rent, and you just go into my space and put your hands on my items like I'm nothing. So, prior to last November, I have a background in loss prevention, and so I have certifications in ADA, OSHA, quite a few things in order to be a licensed, certified loss prevention specialist. And so the way they were arranging the furniture up in the front of the store, which is near my end cap, I was letting them know this is not safe. You have a lot of elderlies that come into Knacks on walkers, canes, wheelchairs. So Roberta went and told Cherie what I was saying about the ADA regulations, and so Cherie didn't like it, and so she came in there one day while I was sitting there with another vendor, and right across from my little store is another vendor that dominates the store. He's been there for years, so he has like big, large pieces of furniture right up there in the front door. Well, he had this massive California King bed frame, just a few inches in front of my store, and Cherie pulled a couch out further, like giving me maybe 2 or 3 inches of aisle room for customers. In other words, customers will not even be able to get to my space. They would have to walk around because they made my space so small. Well, a customer was buying some tea from me. I didn't realize they had moved the furniture closer to my space, meaning I had less space to stand in front of my store, and I fell. I flipped over the bed frame. Roberta was the manager on duty. She didn't leave behind the counter. She didn't ask me, was I okay? Nobody came to my aid physically to ask me, did I need an ambulance? Nobody physically came and did anything to help me. Roberta went back to the back of the store to another vendor's space and told them I fell. At no time did anybody ask to assist me or help me, or did I need an ambulance or anything. An incident report was not written, nothing. The store was full of customers, full of everybody. So I was so embarrassed. I got up, when you're embarrassed, I got up and said, I'm fine. Nobody cared whether I was fine. The person that I was riding with, she didn't even offer me to the emergency room. So I just went home and was at home for about 3, 4, 5 days, licking my wounds, I hurt my hand, and when I fell, I jarred my neck on the left side and my back. So meanwhile, I had a law firm to solicit to me, because I don't know about Texas. No, let me get it right. So the next day, I sent Richard an email letting him know I fell and the details of me falling, and that his MOD did not write an incident report, because you're supposed to write an incident report anytime somebody is injured or an incident happens in the store. Well, he got belligerent with me, sent me a copy of a blank incident form, and said I was to fill it out. Well, no, that's not how it goes. Your MOD, your manager on duty, is supposed to be the one to fill out any incident forms. So I guess because I didn't fill this form out, he never reported to his insurance company. So I had a lawyer to solicit to me, and they found me. They solicited to me. I guess I was searching, and I did the contract and everything. Well, after a month's time later, they tell me they're not representing me anymore. I asked why. They didn't never really give me a direct, definitive answer. They just said liability. So I don't know what that means. And I mean, that has been my experience over there. And I got the smallest space in the store. So I'm not a threat to anybody. I'm not intimidating anybody. So I have a strong background in customer service. I retired from enterprise. And so that's just me. I'm customer service. So I greet customers. Sometimes customers are always coming to me, asking me to assist because they don't have anybody on the floor to help any of the customers. And since I've been there, word of mouth, customers in my Duncanville community, thank you so much. And Lancaster, Cedar Hill community, Austin community, Memphis, San Antonio. Word of mouth has traveled about my tea and my hair oil and some of my products. So now I have customers approaching me, asking me to help and assist and wanting to know more about my product. Well, Miss Roberta didn't like that. She went and told Richard, I'm chasing down customers. So Richard, the owner, he stood in the floor and had a little note in his pocket of all the items where he's chastising me of things that I don't need to be doing in the store. Anything to prevent me from having sales. Now, Roberta, I need to know why Roberta is a manager, a MOD, and got 3 and 4 booths inside of the place. That's a conflict of interest. Because if you're an employee, you a manager, you should not have any rental booths inside of the space. And you definitely should not be doing business and steering customers to your rental booths inside of the store while you're on salary while you're on the clock with Knacks. I know that. So they got a lot of stuff going on in there. So now here I am, having received my checks. My taxes is due. Now, I don't know where the tax people in Texas got this assessment from saying that I have $2,000 worth of inventory. My space is not big enough for $2,000. So these are the things that I'm dealing with at Knacks in Duncanville, Texas. I don't have my checks. He did not mail my checks out. That's a lie. So I need city managers, mayors, everybody needs to come in there and get them straightened out in there. So they had 2023. They had a little event that they had with the Duncanville EEOC. I'm sorry. They've been stressing me out because it's always something directed at me all the time. And I didn't know about the event. But anyway, Duncanville was giving out some big money. And I know for a fact that a couple of vendors in there actually participated and followed the guidelines and the rules of this event to win this money. But none of them got a dime. Roberta ended up with $500. Then there's another vendor in there that I rarely even know or see. She got $500, and then Duncanville got Knacks got a big check. So, there needs to be some diversity, accountability. They need to compensate me for my fall, especially since Sari had a hand in that. She positioned furniture for me to fall. Now they mishandling my money. I'm not getting my checks. So, I'm tired. It's exhausting. So, yeah, that's to sum it all up. All right.